Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX and I'm Megha Sharma. As the year ends, we have brought to you the Bharat Pulse Survey. This Bharat Pulse Survey gauges the nation's pulse, your pulse, about a number of issues, how India has fared in 2024. We take a look at the foreign policy, we take a look at governance, we take a look at all the other issues that concern you, that concern the citizens of the country, that concern India. So first up, we took up the survey on India. What has the viewer got to say in terms of the poll that has been conducted? And here is your verdict, here is your mandate. So India's growth story. Question number one that we asked our viewers to take a poll on was, how do you think India is progressing as a country overall? The maximum number of you at 42% have said that India is faring in a good manner when it comes to the progress that it is taking forward, and it has taken forward in 2024. Excellent, 31%. India is growing at an average rate, is 19%. Poor, 8% of you have voted that India is not progressing the way that they would like it to progress. Take a look at the second question. What is your future outlook for India in 2025? The largest percentage of you, 55%, the maximum of you have voted that India is looking forward to a positive outlook. The 19% of you have mentioned that India is looking forward to a very positive outlook when it comes to its growth in 2025. 8% of you have said that India is the outlook for India in 2025 is going to be negative. 2% feel that India's outlook in 2025 is going to be very negative. So that's a minuscule percentage of people who have taken the survey feel that way. Question number 3, where we talk about how your family income has changed in the past 1 year. Well, 38% of the people say that their salary, their income has remained the same at 38%. Meanwhile, the maximum number of you have voted and said that their salary, their income per household has gone up at 43%. 19% of you have voted, have taken the poll and said that your income has reduced, has gone down in the last year, 2024. Question number 5. Question number 4 that we posed to our viewers, how happy are you with your life in India? Well, 41% of you have voted and said that you are happy with the way your lifestyle is growing in 2024 as it has panned out in 2024. 77% of you are very happy the way things are going for you in 2024 and in the future as well, the anticipation for the new year. Very unhappy at 3%. People who are unhappy with the way their life is going, has gone past in 2024 is 14%. Question number 5, that's the last question when it comes to the India growth story and the people of India who are growing. Do you think India will become a developed nation by 2047? Well, 59% of you feel that yes, India is going to become a developed nation by 2047. 22% of you say that you feel that India may reach that pinnacle, that point where it will be called, it will be spoken about, it will be talked about as the developed country of the world. 1% of the people who have taken the survey do not have an opinion on this. 18% of you say that India will take longer than till reaching the 2047 mark to become a developed country. Let's take a look at the second survey that we conducted in the Bharat Pulse Survey. This was about governance, the governance in our country. How has the government fared in the last 1 year, and whether their policies and schemes have been able to bring about a positive impact or not. So the question we asked was, how would you rate the performance of Modi government in 2024? Well, 32% of you have voted and said that the Modi governance was excellent in the last 1 year, the year gone by. 39% of you feel that the governance of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the NDA that has formed government has been good. 18% of you feel that the governance led by the BJP in the country is average. 11% of you feel that the governance by the BJP government led by Prime Minister Modi has been poor. We went on to ask, talking about the policies and particularly when it comes to the infrastructure development that has taken place, policies that have decided the growth of infrastructure. Question like roads, rails, electricity in India, is it all improving in our country? Well, a large percentage of you, 74% of you have said that yes, infrastructure has improved in our country. It has grown by leaps and bounds. 26% of you feel that infrastructure has not grown to the hope that you had, that it should grow at a pace that you thought it should have grown in 2024. Well, people are not skeptical over here. They're either no at 26% and yes at 74%. We also spoke about a number of policies. What would you like to see the union government prioritize in 2025? And here it is, your verdict. 32% small scale businesses growth is what the people of the country are hoping the government is going to focus on. Number 2 over there is security of the country is at 20% is what people are hoping for the government to prioritize in 2025. Health facilities at 29%. That's what people want the government to focus on, to prioritize. And here it is, tax cuts at 13% and better transport at 6%. We also went on to ask about the policies that have been implemented by the government. The question about one nation, one election that has been hugely debated in the parliament in the past few days. Would you like one nation, one election to be implemented? Well, a vehement majority of you, 76% have said that yes, you would like one nation, one election to be implemented in the country. 19% of you feel that this policy should not be implemented, and 5% of you feel that there could be a possibility that it could be implemented and perhaps it may not be. We also went ahead and asked the people, would you like to see uniform civil code be implemented in the country? So a large percentage of you, 80% of you have said that yes, uniform civil code should be implemented in the country. 18% of you feel that it should not be implemented. 2% are have a middle ground over there, that it may be implemented, may not be implemented. It does not bother them. Let's take a look at the 6th question, the final question on governance that we asked our viewers. Should India increase the number of members of parliament in the country, keeping in mind the population of the country has increased, there is an increase in the number of states, and our parliamentarians remain the same from the time that India gained independence? Yes, at 56%, people feel that the members of parliament should be increased, the number should be increased. 38% feel that there is no need for the members of parliament to be increased in the Lok Sabha and in the Rajya Sabha. 6% at this point of time do not have an opinion whether the members of parliament, the numbers should be increased or not increased. So with that, we come to the 3rd survey that we conducted. The 3rd survey that we conducted was about Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his government, and who has been the most effective Prime Minister of India. Well, Narendra Modi with 54% has gotten the maximum number of vote. We take a look at the second person who trails behind Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We see Manmohan Singh at 14%, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who held 2 terms at 14%. Both are tied at the 2nd place. We take a look at Indira Gandhi and her terms in the past as Prime Minister at 12%, Jawaharlal Nehru at 5%. People have voted Jawaharlal Nehru for 5%, and Narasimha Rao in that one term of him being the Prime Minister got a minuscule 1% of that vote. We also took a look at the current opposition leader and who is the most effective one at that. And you take a look at Rahul Gandhi, and his ratings at this point of time are positive, are buoyant at 32%. We take a look at Arvind Kejriwal, who doesn't come a close second, but there is a difference of about 15%. So Arvind Kejriwal at 15%, M.K. Stalin at 2%, Mamata Banerjee at 6%, and you voted for other leaders in the opposition at 18% to be effective leaders of the opposition in the country. 27% of you have in fact voted that there is no opposition leader who is playing an effective role in countering the government of India. Taking a look at who do you think will form a union government in 2029 when the next Lok Sabha elections take place in our country? And there you have it. The BJP is going to win with a full majority. 48% of you truly believe that it is going to be the BJP government, and it is going to win with an absolute majority. We take a look at the number of people who have voted for an NDA alliance that will form the government in 2029, which is 20%. Congress with a full majority, 14% of you feel that Congress in fact is going to come back to power in 2029, and a Congress-led alliance, 18% of you feel that there is going to be a coalition government with Congress leading the charge. We also took a look at how you are going to view, would you like Narendra Modi to contest the 2029 elections? Well, that's an interesting one, because 68% of you feel that yes, Narendra Modi should contest the 2029 elections as well. Well, 27% of you feel that he has already served 3 terms by the time it's 2029, and he should hang up his boots. 5% do not have an opinion on this. They don't care whether Narendra Modi were to fight the election in 2029 or not. Let's take a look at another big important focus point when it comes to India's future, when it comes to politics, and when it comes to the electoral season that we keep witnessing over the months. Which of these opposition leaders is a possible future Prime Minister? Now, this is an interesting question where people polled, and Rahul Gandhi has gotten the maximum number of votes. 28% of the people feel that Rahul Gandhi has what it takes to be a future Prime Minister of the country. Well, here you take a look at Arvind Kejriwal again. The vote that people have given him is 13%, much lesser than Rahul Gandhi, which is at 28%. But Arvind Kejriwal trailing in the second position over here. And then you have Priyanka Gandhi Vadra at 8%, Mamata Banerjee at 5%, M.K. Stalin at 2%. Well, taking a look at all these leaders, the majority of you have voted and have taken a look at all these leaders, and they firmly believe that none of these leaders, whether it is Rahul Gandhi or Arvind Kejriwal or any other, have the wherewithal or have the capacity to be the future Prime Minister of our country. All right, moving on to survey number 4, we talked about India's foreign policy, and these are the questions we asked of our viewers, and this is how they have voted. And has India's stature gone up in the global arena is what we asked the people of our country. Well, a huge majority of you have voted and said a vehement yes to India's global stature going up at 78%. Well, 22% of you feel that India's global stature has not gone up. It has not reached the level that they would have desired for India to reach. Taking a look at the other foreign policies that the government of India has taken, and who is a better friend of India. And here's a look. We take a look at all these countries, and Russia, of course, continues to be at 60%, where ratings have gone up for Russia, where 60% of you feel that Russia has been an all-weather ally of India. Take a look at United States of America at 33%. Take a look at Japan at 4%, China at 2%, and United Kingdom at a minuscule 1%. We take a look at whether Prime Minister Narendra Modi should mediate a settlement between Russia and Ukraine, the war that has continued for over 3 years now. Well, a large percentage of you who have voted, 73%, feel that yes, India and Prime Minister Narendra Modi should mediate in the matter and negotiate a peace deal between these two countries. 21% of you feel that there is no need for India to meddle in the matters of the war that is going on in East Europe. 5% of you feel that it could be a possibility, it may not be a possibility. Well, 1% of you haven't truly been able to make your mind as to whether India's involvement would be a good thing or not. Taking a look at the other controversy that was raked up within the country, inside the parliament and outside. You think foreign forces like George Soros are trying to influence affairs in India? Well, 74% of you feel that yes, this is actually the truth. 20% of you feel that no, entities like George Soros and its allies are not influencing affairs in India in a negative way. Can't say at 6%. And finally, we asked our viewers of the wars that are taking place, whether it is in the Middle East or you take a look at what is happening in East Europe. Are you fearful of the global wars in Ukraine, Gaza and Syria leading to a nuclear war? Well, here you have it. 51% of you feel that yes, it could culminate in a nuclear war that is going to devastate the entire world. 45% of you feel that no, it would not reach the level where there could be a possibility that a nuclear war-like situation takes place in the country. 4% of you feel that they do not have, they haven't made up their mind as to whether there could be a possibility that this could escalate to a situation where there is no coming back from it. Finally, we asked our viewers, why do you think the new Bangladeshi government is being hostile towards India? And here you have it. 52% of you feel that it is the China-Pakistani influence that is pushing Bangladesh away from India, having that anti-India sentiment over a host of issues. We take a look at the 10% of you who have voted for the American influence that is making Bangladesh hostile towards India. And then 27% of you have voted and said that there are genuine issues that Bangladesh has raised with India, because of which there are a number of anti-India policies that are being adhered to by the Bangladeshi government. 11% of you feel that these options, whether it is the American influence or we talk about the China-Pakistan link or we talk about any sort of genuine issues that both the countries face, may be the reason, could be the reason that the Bangladeshi government is hostile towards India. So there you have it. We take a look at survey number 5. We're talking about new age India. We're talking about artificial intelligence and green energy and how electric vehicles, whether there has been a transformation in the way India looks at their environment and the growth of the country. Here's a look at the first question. Are you considering buying an electric scooter or car in the near future? 28% of you say that yes, you are in fact looking at buying an EV, and 71% of you in fact have a position. They say we are not looking to buy an electric vehicle in the near future. 1% of you haven't made up your mind, and that's the state of affairs. Are you going to consider putting up rooftop solar panels at your homes? And well, again, a large percentage of you have voted against it. You say 67% of say they have not considered putting solar rooftop. 31% of you feel that yes, time has now come to become eco-friendly, to become conscious about the environment, and they are in fact considering putting up rooftop solar at their homes, maybe at 2%. Let's take a look at the question regarding digital scams and the percentage of people in our country who have had to face this. Have you or anyone you know been a target of digital scams in the country? Well, it's interesting to know because the percentage of people who have not experienced any such scam, 72% of them say that no, they have not come across a scam such as this. 26% of you have encountered digital scams in the last year. 2% of you, I mean, you may have friends or you may have relatives or you may know somebody who may have been a victim of a digital scam in the recent past. We also spoke about air pollution. Are you, as a citizen of the country, concerned about the rising levels of air pollution. 68% of you have said that yes, air pollution is a massive problem and it needs to be resolved. 31% of you feel that it is not a major issue in our country. So we've spoken about air pollution, we spoke about EVs, we've spoken about solar rooftops, but we also talked about artificial intelligence. And are you using artificial intelligence in your work or in your personal life? And this is interesting to know because even now, a large percentage of you are not using artificial intelligence in your daily lives, whether at work or at home. 67% of you say that no, you haven't used artificial intelligence up until now. 29%, a smaller percentage, but they still have, experimented with artificial intelligence and are using it on a regular basis. So there you have it, the 5 surveys under the Bharat Pulse Survey powered by Statistically Speaking, and that's the people's verdict.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.